Hi, my name is Christian Hall, and I am a campus student here at Full Sail. And I am introducing to you today my level, the bank. In the bank, the scrapper is tasked by the bass to retrieve important supplies locked away in the vault and escape the bank without falling to the toxic pits. Here we're introducing both the switch mechanic as well as the fuel cell mechanic. These are the two mechanics located in my level. Throughout the level, we introduce, we practice, and we twist the mechanics together, and then finally end up mastering both. Here in this room, we are tasked with solving the puzzle with practice with the second mechanic, the fuel cells. Leading lines here show what's connected, what's turned on and powered, and what's not. Solving this puzzle allows the scrapper to interact with this lever, which opens one of the two doors in the main room. Again, these leading lines show that the player, along with visual feedback, must open both doors. So this room allows the player to practice the switch mechanic. A little bit more difficult here, but we show that not only can something be placed on the switch, but it can also be thrown and activated by force. This is a natural evolution of the mechanic and how it can be tackled in a different way than before. Now we're going to twist the mechanic. Still keeping it somewhat simple and straightforward, but bringing both mechanics together for the player to connect. And there we have a breadcrumb leading the player forward. And here we have our mastery room. Now, positioning to be able to throw the boxes in and activate the switches is important. So we have to create these bridges that allow us to access both fuel cells to unlock the doors, but also to access an angle to be able to throw the boxes onto the switch. And as you can see with the visual feedback here, we need one more door or one more switch to be activated so that the door can be unlocked and we can access the vault. But as you can see here, you have to find the proper angle to get it in. And that's the mastery of the two mechanics. Still pretty simple, but a nice evolution of the mechanic over time. We collect all the supplies, and we're on our way to the next level. Here is Evan Wassel.
Hello, my name is Christopher Wassel, a Full Sail student. My theme of the level is an abandoned airplane hangar where the goal of the level is to find broken airplane pieces and collect fuel, all while using ways of passages throughout the level. Just like we stepped on that switch panel, in that first room, you get introduced to a switch panel as well as the first collectible. In this room that we're in right now, as we walk into that second floor, we notice some more crates and hidden fuel collectibles. We also find a conveyor belt system to drop any airplane parts we find on it. These conveyor belts will dump items by the airplane at the end of the level. Now in the third room, we have some boxes all clumped up together, showing maybe there is something inside of all the clutter. We find a few more fuel items. To get out of this room, we must use a crate to activate the switch panel. As we walk into the final room, we notice another conveyor belt system where the player is tasked with more airplane parts to put on it. Now we can move into the large hangar room where the last conveyor belt system is held, as well as the final switch panel. We will follow these breadcrumbs trails of basically more fuel pieces and find the final conveyor belt system on the top of the hangar right here, as well as the final switch panel. Now as we move some of these pieces on the conveyor belt, these are the last pieces that will go to the airplane. And now we're going to collect some more fuel pieces and put the crate on the door. This will lead the character into attaching the final pieces to the airplane, And we're gonna go up these stairs right here. And now, as we make it up, we just put it right through. It appears at the bottom, and now we're going to attach the last few pieces. Once we do that, we are ready to move out the door. And let's see, we got this last piece here. Alright, and there we go. Okay, now we collect the last collectible, and we're out of here.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Sirigliano. I am a campus student with Team Diamond. My level theme is the shopping mall, and my goal is to get the vase for the pass. At the beginning of the level, both mechanics are introduced at the same time. The object snapping mechanic is used to place the pieces together to form the explosive, and then once the explosive is formed, it is used to get the player inside of the mall. Once inside of the mall, the object snapping mechanic is practiced. There is a table with some pieces scattered throughout the level, and once the player finds all the objects and puts them into place, then they have the second explosive. Once the second explosive is formed, they are able to use it to go upstairs and access the area where there are extra tables and explosives just in case they lose either an explosive or some pieces. There's enough extra for them to be able to make one more extra explosive. Once the extra explosive is created and the player leaves the stairway, they are required to go over into the other room where the escalator's generator must be powered back on. The generator is powered back on by the player finding the fuse box and object snapping it back into place. This is where the object snapping is mastered because it is a new object that is introduced where they have to figure out that they need to snap it into place. Once the generator's fuse box is snapped back into place, the player is able to use the escalator. But in order to use the escalator, they must craft the final explosive and master the mechanic. Once the final explosive is crafted using the objects found throughout the generator room, they are able to finally snap it into place, which wasn't accessible before the escalator was powered up. Once they blow up the cubes blocking the escalator, they are finally able to go up and get to the area where the vase is located. Then the player is able to grab the vase and safely exit the mall without any issues. The level following mine will be by Philip Salas.
Hello, my name is Philip Salas, and I am a part of Team Diamond. Now, for this part of the game, I have a subway system. Now, they will be playing boarding up the entrance of the subway, and in order to break them, you just gotta throw a box at them. Now, these types of objects will be consistent throughout my level. My level does include a bit of platforming, like right here at this part of the level. You're supposed to jump between the rocks in order to not be electrocuted by the water, so you can get to the end of the room to turn on the generator. When you turn on the generator, that brings a bit more power back to the station, and so as you can tell, there'll be lights being brought back on throughout the station, as you can see from the green lights being brought back on. Now here comes my second level mechanic, which is to hold down the E key to be able to bring power back onto a machine and release it to be able to use the machine. Now that the second generator is on, the power for the whole station will be on, which now will enable you to leave through the train subway. Now, to get to the train, you gotta go down a couple of stairs in the main room and destroy the pillars that are blocking the entrance of it. Oh, and also there are these collectible books that you can find throughout my level. Oh, I forgot. You have to collect this PC that Bastion told you to get before you leave the subway station. Now, when you get on the subway, a cutscene will happen, which will transition you to a different part of the level, which has a very similar theme to me. I introduce Javin Satan.
Hello, my name is Javin Staten, and I am of the Diamond team, and this is my subway system. So you can see we spawned inside of the subway car right after that animation that played Philip. This is my first intro for the electrical wiring system. And this is my second mechanic, which is power installation. You plug in fuses and it turns on things. And then there's the first objective completed. You make it to the generator room. As you can see here, you have a generator and you need to find the 3 pieces and attach them. The entire point of this section of the game is to restore the power to the Bastion's base by turning on that generator. There's some parkour here leading to this next mechanic, which is the practice portion of the wiring system. So you can see it's fairly simple, quick and easy. And then we have another parkour section. We're taking some health damage there. And then we have our little breadcrumbs. As you can see, there's the books on the ground. And there's our second fuse we have to plug in. And we open that door. And then in here, those are the 3 pieces. You can see the white particle system on them. So the 3 little pieces you have to collect for the generator. And then you have to plug in that fuse there to turn on the relay, which is one of the objectives as well. You can finally open this door, which was locked on the other side. It's in a blocking affordance. Some ambient audio there. And then when we get back here, we can plug in the 3 pieces. And then after that, we will turn on the generator. And then the garage door on this side is able to be opened. And you can go up the elevator to exit this level and move on to the next level, which is going to take a little bit. Open this door. And then we have the transition leading over to Steven's level. Has a little bit of interaction here, and I'm going to welcome in Steven Straley of the Diamond team.
Alright, my name is Steven Straley. I'm an online student, and this is my level. You're looking for some snack cakes for one of the wealthy members of the Bastion on your way back in after the mission. The first thing you'll encounter here is a lever that will allow you to get underneath this shipping container. The crane lifts it out of your way there. The second mechanic is using the right click on the grab knoll to actually toss barrels at these switches to lift the platform so you can get on top of the shipping containers. You can see the next lever in the distance up there already with a breadcrumb next to it. A little bit more difficult of a toss there for the switch. See the crane lifting the container out of the way here, and up ahead we put some boxes in to break things up so the player has something else to do in between objectives. And here's your next breadcrumb that leads you over, and you'll see the next platform, which you should be familiar with by now. This one will be the most difficult of the 3, of course. Quite a long shot here with this barrel to get the platform up there, and you'll have to jump between the containers, grab the collectible here, flip the lever, and you'll see the shipping container off in the distance, moving out of your way. Another set of boxes here to avoid, and the next little area was meant to convey that feeling of excitement after you constrain a space and open it back up, because we're going to open back up here on the warehouse, and this is your main objective where the where you're going to find the snack cakes you're looking for. And here they are in this cargo container. So mission complete, and now we'll follow the path to the next collectible and on to the bastion.
Ugh!